Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode, I told y'all we were gonna do a thing where we talked about something that I came across on the internet and was just like, for real, this is what y'all saying? Is this what the internet is saying? Is this what social media is out here talking about? I don't know how to I don't know how to phrase that, but this is what it is, what this is. This is that. Now, here's the other thing let me tell y'all something about this. We did this and we went back and it was all distorted. It was all messed up. There was a whole bunch of everything. The editing process didn't help out. You could still hear it was trash. So we had to dump it. Came across the same comment 4 more times since then. And I was like, no, that's the world telling me, son, put your points down on this. Put your comments on this. Get your 2 cents, grab a cup, put it in the cup, shake it, and hand it to these people. We got to do that. So, this is me giving you my 2 cents on this comment where a brother says, men of the 90s were not good providers. Listen to my man, though. Let this joint play, and we gonna come back.
Unpopular opinion. Our fathers, grandfathers, uncles, they were not better providers than men are today. They just lived in a time where life was a lot easier. And I'm gonna break this down because I hate to see people comparing the two without giving context. So for context, in 1990, the average mortgage payment in America was $650. Today, the average monthly mortgage payment is $2,500. That's almost a 4x. The average rent price in America in 1990, it was $370. The average rent price today is $2,000. That's a 5x. The average home price in 1990 was $120,000. The average home price today is $420,000. That's 3.5 times more. The average car payment with insurance in 1990 was $230. The average car payment with insurance today is $730. That's a 3x. Meanwhile, the average income in 1990 was $30,000. Today, the average income is $55,000. That's not even a 2x. It hasn't even the average income hasn't even doubled, and that's in 35 years. In 1990, on average, people were paid $2,500 a month. Today, the average person gets around $4,200 a month. So once again, that number hasn't even doubled. The average minimum wage in 1990 was $4. The average minimum wage today is $7.25. Once again, it hasn't doubled. So comparing somebody today to somebody in the past is like comparing to someone playing a video game on Hall of Fame to somebody that's playing the game on easy mode with the sliders up. So there's really no comparison, but people, they really lack understanding of this basic thing. And I know a lot of people, they gonna say, well, they just need to leave their jobs, find better jobs, and make more money. And I agree with that largely. I do think people need to up their skill sets so they could be better and bigger earners. At the same time, people say those things without understanding how the economy and how ecosystems work. These jobs that people down talk and consider low wages, these jobs are what makes the country go round. How you get your food, the clothes that's on your back, the building you live in, the people that's teaching your kids, the cars we drive in. All these things are ran and functioned by people that don't make a lot of money. So if these people quit and left these careers and chased to make more money, the whole economy in the world would shut down immediately. So we need people in these positions and career fields, which is why it never makes sense to me when I see people down talk people that actually do these jobs. They make the world go round. So again, you can't compare somebody like that to your father, grandfather, or uncle that was living in the past. But also, and this is probably the biggest point, and if you're going to compare people from the past to today, this should be the point that y'all bring up, is that people understood where they were in life and where they were on a social, economic ladder, and they desired and wanted things that were according to where they were in life. Meaning back in the day, you didn't see people who were teachers, factory workers, telemarketers, with Louis Vuitton bags, going to Turks and Caicos, driving BMWs. You didn't see people like that with those things, and nor did they want them, because they understood where they were economically. And there wasn't any social media back then, so they didn't care to impress people. They understood those things were for the rich and wealthy. And nowadays, you have people who don't even make 60, 70,000 annually that want and desire and need to have all these things. And men who aren't making enough feel like they need to get them or they aren't providing properly. So you have this weird dichotomy and everything is off balance simply because people are not putting things into context. And this isn't me making excuses for people, because I know oftentimes people will hear something like this and they'll say, oh, you just making excuses for people. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just putting things in their proper context. Because I know this is social media and everybody loves sensationalism, but that's just childish. And what's the point of having a real adult conversation if you're not going to put things into their proper context? So at the end of the day, what I am saying though is give people grace. Stop expecting people to have things overnight. Stop comparing people to other people. Be willing to build with someone, because if you're not willing to do those things, you're going to stay in a state of struggle because you're expecting things that just aren't reality when it comes to the majority.
Yo, here's the thing. He's looking at it from a financial point. Then he somewhere, I don't know. That's what happens when you talk. Sometimes you talk and then you start, and your conversation piece switches. Your topic kind of deviates from where you were going. And he kind of lost track somewhere. But at the same time, because then he started talking about today's situation where everybody wants to act like they up when they not really up. And I feel him on that. But going back to the original premise and his conversation and his topic, which is men of the 90s aren't as good of providers as you would think. And he's looking at it from, I guess, you know what I'm saying? He's looking at it from the financial point. The rent is this much and this is that much. First of all, inflation is inflation. I can tell you now, off top, let's just keep it real. $5.25 was it. $5.25 was it in the 90s. You thought you was up if you made $7 or $8. Lord knows you thought you was going to move out the neighborhood if you made 10. $5.25 was it, no matter what you were doing. And even if you were a specialist at what you did, you weren't going to get really no real money. Not like what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Not like what we talking about. Matter of fact, here's how crazy inflation is. And this is how crazy time is. In the 90s, a construction worker was making about $22 to $23 on average. And you know who knows how they do averages. But on average, air quotes, can't see it. I'm doing it. I don't know why, but I'm just, you know what I mean? On average. On average now, as of 2024, there's only $10 more. 20, 30, 30 years. I don't even know why I said 20. 30 years, $10 more. You know what I'm saying? And stop and think about it. There's still places, $5.90, $5.75, $5.25. There's still places now that will only give you maybe $10 or $11. In certain places in the country. Certain places. So imagine that. There are certain places where it only went up $5. $5. That's what they're telling you. Your man is out here talking about men aren't good providers because dude, $5.25 was $5.25 all day. All day. You know what I'm saying? My very first job, I was a maintenance man. They had a guy who specialized in plumbing. They had a guy who specialized in the AC, the HVAC stuff, the AC and the heaters. And they had another guy who I forgot what he did. They made $8. As specialists. And because they lived in the apartment complex, they had their rent cut. They didn't have to pay the full rent. It was sliced. I don't even know what the price was, but it was sliced. $3 more to be a specialist, to have a certification to do this job, to be like, yo, this is my main primary joint. Yo, AC messed up, I'm coming through. I got you. Nah, can't send you little man, because little man don't know how to do this. They sent me. Yo, plumbing messed up, I gotta really go up in the back of the building and go all up under the joint and really get down in the pipes. You Can't send little man because all he got is a regular joint. He don't do all this. I'm a specialist, man. I got this. For the I got this, they got paid $3 more than me. $3 more. $3 more. There was somebody who was working there for 20 years that only made $2 more than them. He made $5 more than me for 20 years. Why? Because back then, like even now, it was nickels and dimes for your raise. Nickel here, dime there, nickel here, dime there. Oh, they raised the minimum wage, so he got that. Then he got probably an equivalent of that. This. That's what it is. And I think my man forgets that that's the real world. Like, he's coming up in the working area. Now he's like, yo, I'm working, son. And imagine turning to somebody who been at that same spot for 20-some years. And he's like, yo, we're kind of in the same spot. I hit a cap. My cap was $17. Y'all walking in the door at $14. You know what I'm saying? That man is like, hold on, B. You only make $3 more than me. My cap was $17. Now that they're starting y'all at $14, they're telling me I can make more. I can make up to $20, $25. But they're not even giving this man an adjustment. It's still just the 17. You can't look at this man and go, I'm a better provider than you. He lived through the struggle. You know what I'm saying? You know how ill of an ego punch that is to a person? Yo, son, I came in the door making 4, making 5. Then when they raised it up to 7, I was making 7. You come in making 7. We're not on the same page, B. We're not even. Nah, we're not. My man is talking from a different place. He's talking from I'm just getting in and I'm like, yo, I don't think y'all understand. Nah, them the dudes who had to eat the humble pie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they call them, the millennials. And then them other dudes, I don't even know them other dudes. Them other dudes, them Zers, they be out here like, no, son, I can't go out like that. That's cool. That's good. Now, here's the crazy part. My man goes, they're not better providers. He don't understand the 90s. The 90s, you had fathers. Fathers was hard to come by. Like, at the house? Yeah. Like, even as a dude, you talk to a shorty who had a dad, you was like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, a grown man come out the door, and he looking over, you like, well, who that? That's my dad. You quickly be like, oh, snap, you got a daddy. You know what I mean? That's what y'all do. We did that. We like, oh, snap. Because then he coming through like, hey, who are you? And you, this ain't like when you at school. This ain't like when you at the store. This is somebody's father who is on call 24/7. You know, at school, when you buck up on the teacher, they job on the line. You buck up at the dude at the store when, hey, man, are you still in that? Yeah, I am. What you gonna do about it? You bucking up at him, he ain't gonna risk his job because you wanted to steal some honey buns. He like, hey, man, get out of here. Yeah, you buck up like, who, man? And who are you? I'm a father. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, yeah, you get toe up, son. You get toe up. Then he gonna take you to your mama house. Gonna come at me crazy reckless because he got his hands all down my daughter pants. He got a black eye. Go talk to me talking about what he gonna do and then squared up. Oh, one punch knocked me. Wake up, boy, wake up. Pop, pop. Tell your mama what you did. He on call 24/7. You know what I'm saying? 24/7. Yeah, y'all don't remember like yeah. He talking about 90s men don't provide. 90s daddies was out here daddying. You know what I'm saying? Let you get in a fight with a dude and they go, I'm gonna go get my daddy. You was just like, oh snap, what? How you gonna do that? Then he come out the house. You like, oh, your daddy live with you. Yeah, man. It was crazy back then. Men back then knew how to do everything. You lived in an apartment. I mean, this man never seen the inside of your apartment. You know why? Daddy was home. Daddy fixed everything. Hey, the toilet don't flush. Daddy fixed that. Hey, The window don't open. Daddy fixed that. The AC ain't blowing out cold air. Daddy went and got some filters. Put the filters in. Oh, it still ain't cleaner. Daddy on the back. Turn the power off. Unscrewing everything. Bloop, bloop. Moving stuff around. Crack, crack. Boom, boom. Bam. Daddy, it's too cold now. Turn it down a little bit. Boom. Daddy fixing everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't the dads don't provide. What are you talking about? Dads knew how to do the car. Dads ain't even had. If your daddy ain't even your dad taking a metro. Your dad taking public transportation. But somebody need help on their car. He right there with him. Hey, bro, and then you do this right here. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, hand me that. Boom, boom, boom. You know what your car need. Boom, boom, boom. And they all, and remember, like, again, I remember living with my pops. My pops stayed at our house. We had car parts. There was a whole spot. There was a box with car parts. Like the little starters and this, and this. Hey, man, give me that one. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, give me this wrench. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, hold this right here. Boom, boom, boom. Fixing up joints. He helping somebody else get their joint right. What is you talking about? It was real back then. Daddies did men did their thing. Men was on top of it. Men knew how to do stuff, son. What is he talking about? Men was out here doing it. Men would go out and do men things and still come home and bring the check home. Men would still go out, do men things and make sure that the bills were paid. Dudes were crackheads in the 90s. I know. I used to move crack as a kid. I can tell you now, there's nothing more embarrassing for a man to have 2 or 3 teenagers knocking on the door looking for him. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, is Leroy home? And see, when it's another kid, Daddy, somebody at the door for you. That's how they say it. They ain't thinking nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? What happens is if Mama come walking up, or she the one who answered the door, Leroy home. Who are y'all? We just need to talk to Leroy. Leroy, why these little boys is up in here looking for you? What's going on? I got this, baby. God, what is y'all? Hold on. What you talking to my husband about? Yeah, it's a whole different conversation. You know what I'm saying? So Leroy gonna always make sure the money up front, the money good, the money straight. You ain't gonna be no knocking on Leroy's house. Leroy can't even afford to get beat up by y'all. Who beat you up? Man, it was a fight at the bar. And you better have my money next time. Who was them kids talking to? What you doing out there with them boys, Leroy? Leroy, the whole house, no Leroy on crack. Leroy, you know what I'm saying? They had joints, son. They was out here. Dudes, men, back in the day. Multiple chicks supporting multiple chicks. Everybody knows somebody who daddy had 2 families. Everybody knows somebody daddy who had 2 whole families he was taking care of. What are you talking about? And the problem sometimes was daddy was too stupid to get a family further away from his original family, his real family. So now when the carnival jump off, he done took his real family out on Friday night. Then he gonna take his other family out on Saturday. But guess what? The kids went back out on Saturday night themselves to hang out. Like, yeah, this was fun. Daddy took us over here. It was cool. There go Daddy right there. Hey, Daddy. And he got turned back. And she like, who was that? Who? Why they looking over here? Hey, Daddy, who is this? Huh? This girl. Who that? That's Carol's kids. Shay and Marcus. Carol's kids? These your kids? Your kids, Daddy? Daddy? Whoa. You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes the side chick gotta know she a side chick. In the 90s, that wasn't a thing. By the 2000s, all of us who grew up watching that breakdown was like, no, shorty, you the side chick. No, we ain't going nowhere. Just, you good. Stay here. We gonna go to the movies, the last showing, the very last showing, the 9 o'clock showing. Why you don't ever take me out doing prime? We gonna go to the 10 o'clock showing. Why you don't take me out at prime time? I can't be taking you out here at prime time. Somebody might see us. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta take her way somewhere else. Somewhere else. Like not even in the area. You done went till you can't hear the radio station no more. And she just thinks it's luxurious. Why? Because you didn't tell her yet that she's the side chick. You know what I'm saying? Dudes in the 2000s, they was a little more honest. Yeah, I got it, girl. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you how you know the game was so solid like that. There was a joint. There was these dating apps and stuff like that, and they they would have categories. What's your relationship status? Single, married, divorced, in a relationship. It's complicated. What are you looking for? Something on the side. A friend. Boom, boom. Like, they was letting you, so you already know. Like, okay, I'm about to be side chick. In the 90s, they didn't know that. They ain't know that. They thought they was it. Like, that's where you be going all the time. Hey. I mean, you out here with these funny looking, them your kids. Hey, this my real family. These my real kids. Like, I mean, they ain't my fake kids, but this the OG family right here. What is you talking about? Like, I love them. That's why they older than them. I was with her longer. Now, what you best to do is apologize to my older kids. Daddy, do mama know? Mama don't know nothing, and y'all bet not tell her. Hey, apologize to my kids. And y'all, hug y'all brothers and sisters. Y'all family. At least I ain't gotta hide no more. Don't tell your mama. I'll buy y'all whatever y'all want. Then they get older and want a car. I can't get no car. Hey, mama, you wanna know what daddy was? Hey, I'll figure something out. Hey, boy. Then look, and here's the wild part. Then when daddy died in the 2000s, that one son, all he playing his papa was a Rolling Stone. And at one part, they say daddy had another family across town. And they just looking at the other people in the funeral. Cause she's sitting at the front too. Side chick, other families, she's sitting at the front too, but she on the other end. And they just looking at each other like they might be like a distant relative or something. Like, who is that? And the man dead. Ain't no need to lie about it. Now you tell the truth. Yeah, that was daddy other family. Daddy had your father had a whole nother family. What they gonna do? Fight? They gonna be like, I loved him so much. I did too. And probably hug it out. You know, in a movie setting, Tyler Perry might have them be best friends, and they get girls trip somewhere, something like that. But anyway, point is, men were still out here dope heads, functioning dope heads doing 2 to 3 jobs. Yeah. The 90s still had here's another thing I don't think my man understands. The 90s still had the same stench and residue of the 80s and the 70s. You know what I'm saying? There was James Evan, who was out here working multiple jobs. There was Julius Rock, off of Everybody Hates Chris, out here working multiple jobs. Yeah, in the 90s, daddies was still working multiple jobs. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them was still like, hey, man, I gotta put my other clothes on to get ready to go to the next job for this power nap for about an hour. Get up and head to the next job. And that's what was making it crazy, because like daddy got 2 jobs and 2 families. And families, because he got multiple kids with her too. When did daddy have a chance to do all of this? Because he was working 2 full-time jobs. And still at the regular house, the OG house, on his off day. What was jumping? How'd you do that, daddy? And was on dope. How? 90s men were providers. Don't be giving me that BS. 90s men don't provide. Yeah, B, whatever, man. You don't know. You had to be there. You had to really be there to see the magnificence of men. You know what I'm saying? Men, no matter how scrawny or big or swole they look, they were men. It was rare to see a punk dude, and I ain't talking punk dude like homosexual, gay stuff. No, I'm talking about a dude that would fall back in case somebody stepped them to their, you know what I'm saying, step their way. Dudes would do that. Dude, I done seen some scrawny dudes throw hands. Hey, man, what? I don't need y'all brothers out here in front of my yard out here making all this noise and selling all these drugs. What you gonna do about it then, OG? Hey, bro, I'm just asking you, can you take that down somewhere else, man? 'Cause I'm trying to sleep. Family's trying to sleep. We don't want to hear all that right here, right there. Oh man, I think you want to. And then young boy Flex, take off the shirt now. That scrawny dude got to throw hands, win or lose. Throw hands. You know why? Because his kids are watching out the window. Because ain't nobody father ever was like, okay, and went back in. Shh, don't worry about it, y'all. Sneak and call the police. Nah, they handled it like men. They spoke to you. You know what I'm saying? They spoke. They said what they had to say. They did what they needed to do. Men ain't no providers, B. You tripping. And like I said, his thing was you just the money. Nah, it's more than the money. It's the small things, son. It's the small things. Being there for your kids' programs. Hey, my daughter got a ballerina thing. My daughter got a game. My kid got a game. My son got a game. My son doing something for a project that's with some brainiac dudes, and they making volcanoes and they using Tang as the liquid lava. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on. Hey, dog. You know, so-and-so coming to town, man. We about to go to, hey, I got tickets for the game. It's the playoffs. I know, but my kid got a joint, son. I got to go with my kid. Boom. Real talk. These new dudes will miss their kids' tournaments and events to just sit at home and be on the PS and the Xbox with their homies. Man, we on Call of Duty on like one of these crazy missions, son. I can't right now. Go with your mama. These new dudes, like old dudes in the 90s gave up on their dreams when they had kids. Gave up. Like you be seeing them do stuff on their time. Like, dog, you a painter? Dog, you wrote this? Yeah, I used to be, I ain't trying to write books and stuff. I was, you know what I'm saying? But then I had junior, so I gave up on trying to be an author. Nah, son, take some of this. What dudes were doing in the 90s, when their kids grew up, that's when they got back into trying to get back into it. These new dudes, oh my God. These new dudes is out here like, yo, son, you go to your kid's thing? Nah. Why? Yeah, I had a game. Had a game? What you mean you had a game? Yeah, you know I'm in that rec league, son. You in a rec league. You ain't in the NBA. Even LeBron will take off to see his kid do something. You was in a rec league. Y'all at the gym with made up jerseys with not even your real last name but nicknames on the back. Come on, man. Your referee dude is on the phone on an OnlyFans page. Touching himself, looking up every once in a while, touching himself and smiling and putting money on this shorty's books. Travel, yeah, girl, take that off. Hey, back and forth, that's a backcourt. I mean, yeah, he officiating good, but he ain't really focusing. He ain't even left that spot yet. Come on, man. This is what you missing your kids' great monumental moments for this? Hey, dog, it's the playoffs. And then it's worse when they ain't even getting good points. Like, how many points you averaging, son? I average 2.5 points. You know what I'm saying? 1 point something rebounds. You know what I mean? I'm you know what I mean? They call me when they need me. How often do you play? I only played 5 games. How many games y'all got all together? We got 25. Out of your 25 games, you only played 5? Man, you don't go to your kid's event. They ain't gonna miss you, B. You good. Man, hey, dog, I'll sub in for him because I can get at least 2 points. Come on, man. What are we doing? Men ain't better providers. Come on, B. You ain't never seen no man just be like playing video games. Well, I mean, video games wasn't a thing back then. Back then, it was hanging out at the bars and picking up women. Man stuff. Playing games all day. You know what I'm saying? Got the house smelling like man because you just playing video games all day. Like, scratching yourself, smelling your fingers, and then putting them same hands on the controllers and a bag of chips. Like, I can't eat them chips, B. You just played with yourself. Look, it was itchy. Yeah, son, I'm good, man. I'm good. Don't be asking me if I want none of that. I'm all right, man. Then he touching on the sandwiches and stuff. Hey, man, what's this one got? Nah, I don't like that. What's that one? Oh, dog, you done touched on. Oh, nah, man. Why do you? Nah, that's why I bring my own stuff, man. Real talk. Men were providers back then, son. You just don't understand. You don't understand that. Like, there's a whole generation of kids who grew up in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s that know about wild animals because fathers used to watch wild animal shows. Just sit there watching animals do animal stuff. And you're just like, yo, this is corny, but you learned a lot about animals. You ain't know why. They understood that. They was like, yo, I'm this dude right here. We out here in the wild, son. Look, if it was any wilder, I'd punch my boss in the face. These animals ain't got bosses, son. These animals also live in the middle of nowhere. They don't look like they got money. Don't look like they worried about finances either, daddy. But they about to turn the lights out. I got you, son. Let them turn the lights out. Let them turn the lights out, yeah. Dude up the street say for $50, he'll turn it right back on. We'll be good for at least 3 months. Daddy provided, son. Get out of here. Men in the 90s didn't provide. Yes. You had to be there. He probably couldn't make it. He can't make it. You know how gangster it was in the 90s? Drugs. Fights. Shootouts. Having to act like you got a gun at the stoplight so young bucks won't come try to carjack you. Yeah, act like you got a gun when you go get the gas so the young bucks don't try to run up on you and take your joints. Nah, you don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That's real life. Dudes in the 90s was doing real stuff. Dudes in the 90s didn't even smile. You ever see pictures of men in the 90s? They all look like they rugged. They all got that. Remember Tyson? Like right before, look at all them boxers Tyson had to fight in the 90s. Look at who all them dudes Holyfield fought in the 90s. Look at them basketball players in the 90s. Patrick Ewing's, Oakley, Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, all of them. That's why Shaquille O'Neal and Magic Johnson was so loved, because they smiled. Everybody else had that mad face. Sprewell. Look at Sprewell is a man of the 90s. The average dude had a face on him like Sprewell, where he just looked like, yo, son, I'll smack you and anybody with you. Get away from me. Everybody looked like that. John Starks. All of them dudes look like, yo, Akeem Olajuwon looked like he'd punch you in your face just for walking past him and not saying excuse me. Otis Thorpe looked dangerous. Kevin Willis looked men of the 90s. Emmett Smith, Michael Irvin, them dudes look vicious. What is you talking about? Bruce Smith, Reggie White, dudes everybody knows a dude who looked like Bruce Smith and Reggie White. Come on, man. The 90s was a different time. Dudes did not look soft. Like, dudes look soft now. Like, you look like you could just punch some of these dudes. Like, yo, son, I smacked the Jesus out of Kevin Durant. Man, I roll up on Kevin Durant so fast. Blah, blah. Give me everything you got. They look like, I ain't saying they are, but they just look like it. Look at Kevin Garnett. Look at Kevin Garnett now. He was a young boy looking that way in 95 and 96. Looking that way. What is y'all talking about? Look at Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. Kobe Bryant was a young boy looking that way. Determined. Like, nah, I ain't about that. Iverson. The 90s was different. These dudes now all look like, yo, Like, they smiling, they don't look intimidating. Nobody in now looks intimidating. You be seeing young 20-somethings now, and you just be like, yo, pop this dude in his face, take everything. He just be standing. And and it's not from the standpoint of whether or not they are or aren't gangster. It's the fact they don't look it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 90s, there was just a group of people who just looked like you shouldn't mess with them because they were children of grown men. Think about that. Joe Frazier was a man of the 70s. His child is a grown man and woman of the 90s. Imagine seeing another grown man who got the same facial features of a Joe Frazier in the 90s, and that was an everyday occurrence. You really had to roll up on a dude and really, like, you had to peep his gangster out to be like, oh yeah, he ain't really, like you had to see a dude's stance, get it when he squared up. Oh yeah, he can't fight. I'm about to beat this dude up. That's how that went. Dudes was really manly back then. But anyway, men ain't no providers. So you gotta get out of here. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. And I know y'all probably thinking to yourself, you ain't really make a good compelling argument because you just said people were crackheads. I said providing functional crackheads. Crackheads who were on crack, 2 to 3 jobs, 2 families, bills were paid at both houses, died broke. Provided, son. Provide. Some dudes ain't got nothing but a girlfriend and they struggling. Like, we gonna have to go to Wendy's and get a $4 meal and share it. What is it, 4 nuggets? You get 2, I get 2. Yeah, no. Dudes in the 90s ain't do that. Dudes in the 90s was like, whatever house I walk up into, I better smell some food cooking. That's real talk. And that was another thing too. They was like, yo, no. The house better be clean because their women didn't work. There was no 50-50. It was, I got this. I want the house clean. I want to smell some food when I walk up in the door. That's it. And I want to be able to watch whatever I want to watch. No, man. We ain't watching none of that. Turn the NYPD blue. That's what I'm trying to watch right now. Turn that joint on, son. What did you? No, I ain't watching that. What is that? A cop? No. Turn Martin on. That's what I want to watch right now. Yeah, back in the day. Y'all ain't understanding that right there. Anyway, man, thank y'all for listening. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys, you know how we do. And since this is this format, we gonna end it off like this. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe and peace. And stop acting like these dudes in the 90s were not good providers. Y'all playing, son. Have a good one, y'all.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.